Let's talk about the reorder point. So far, we assumed orders are delivered immediately. In other words, the delivery lead time is 0. In that case, we can just place an order when we run out. But this is not realistic. When you order something from Amazon, how long does it take until you receive the order? Several days. The delivery lead time is not 0. If the delivery lead time is not 0, when should you place an order? For example, if it takes your supplier 2 weeks to deliver the order, when should you place an order? Since you already know it takes 2 weeks, you can place an order 2 weeks before you run out. So, what's your inventory policy? You place an order 2 weeks before you run out, but this involves too many calculations. You need to remember when the last time you placed an order was, and from this, you need to calculate when the next time you run out is, and finally, you need to calculate 2 weeks before that happens. There are too many things you need to keep track of. Instead of this, what you can do is compute how many units you need to have in your inventory when you should place an order. And that inventory is called the reorder point. So the reorder point is the number of units you need to keep in your inventory when you should place an order. So once you have your reorder point, you just need to monitor your inventory position. And when your inventory hits the reorder point, you can go ahead and place an order. Let me give you an example. If the weekly demand is 20 units and the delivery lead time is 2 weeks, what's the reorder point? So let's see how your inventory changes over time. This is time. This is your inventory. Now, at this point, you run out, and 2 weeks before that happens, how many units do you have in your inventory? And this is 2 weeks supply because this will last 2 weeks. So how much is 2 weeks supply? 1 week's supply is 20 units, and 2 weeks supply is 40 units. So this is the reorder point. Whenever your inventory position hits 40, you place an order. So let's try to find the formula for the reorder point. Let's try another example. If the daily demand for your product is 10 units and the order lead time is 3 days, what's the reorder point? The reorder point is 3 days supply, so it's 10 units a day, 3 days, 30 units. This is the reorder point. So when the order lead time is X number of days, the reorder point is X days supply, so it's the daily demand times the lead time in days. If you have the weekly demand instead of the daily demand, you multiply by the lead time in weeks. Weekly demand times the lead time in weeks.